The Regional Consultative Forum began in December 2014 under the Triple Helix approach to replace the former core team, which has existed since 2010 and established in the context of a Canadian Getting there was a slightly extended task, a few documented by the vigilant eye of the camera. There was moments of respite and a sigh of relief of destination. The LLPI added the continent A, Africa, to its acronym in 2018, and ALLPI was proud to feature global participants who came with the innovative ideas and state-of-the-art technologies at its 12th forum in Port Sudan. The tripartite, academia, private, public, nature of the consultative meetings was also complemented by the three themes of innovation, competitiveness, and productivity for transform the African leather sector to meet global market demands. The ALLPI Annual Regional Consultative Forum 2018, the 12th Regional Leather Sector Core Team, and 6th Stakeholders Consultative Workshop was held between December 10, 2018 to December 14, 2018 in Port Sudan, Sudan. Focusing on innovation to transform Africa's leather sector towards productivity and competitiveness.
The objective of this particular forum is to bring various players of the industry in one place so that we can discuss about the development of the leather sector in Africa. And the approach that we are using in African Leather and Leather Products Institute is an approach which we call Triple Helix, where we are bringing in the academia, we are bringing in the private sector, we are also bringing in member state representatives, where we discussed about decision making. We're also discussing about how we can transform the SME, the small and medium enterprises, so that we can develop them in Africa so that they can become productive and also they can become economically viable enterprises.
Creating opportunity to share the national and regional leather sector success stories, promote cross-fertilization of success models, building consensus towards innovation, quality assurance, and the importance of export readiness in reference to recent events. Sharing research undertakings by identified players at regional and global level. Identifying the key challenges and interventions towards achieving sustainable regional leather sector development. Enhancing the leather tanning industry's sustainable production processes, consumption, and eco-entrepreneurship. Discussing on the potential pathway to capacity building and technology transfer from both global and regional perspectives. Participants from the Triple Helix stakeholder continuity, namely academia, business, and public institutions, were well prepared for a consultative forum as explained by Professor Makonnen Halamariam.
As part of the preparation, ALLPI collaborated with some 5 universities during the year to conduct on identified areas that limit the development of the leather sector, particularly at SME level. For the research results report was part of the consultative forum. ALLPI also invited technology groups that are globally renowned to share their experiences to our region's sector players. With this respect also, guests were invited from India, Turkey, Italy that shared their technology.
The forum was attended by around 90 participants from 11 Eastern and Southern African countries: Eritrea, Ethiopia, Kenya, Malawi, Rwanda, Sudan, Swaziland, Tanzania, Uganda, Zambia, and Zimbabwe, and partners from India, Italy, and Turkey. Graced by the governor of the Red Sea State, His Excellency Alja Muhammad Ali, and his Minister of Production and Economic Resources, His Excellency Mr. Ali Ammar Asharif Anahidi, and His Excellency Dr. Jafar Ahmed Abdallah, Minister of Industry and Trade, Khartoum State.
I would like to invite our Executive Director, Professor Munhija, to say a few words and invite our ministers.
Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum assalam. Wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. A very good morning to everyone. I thought that we are supposed to show some faces of happiness. We are in one of the greatest cities in Sudan, which is actually the gateway. All what you see in the beautiful malls in all the towns in Sudan pass through this port. Excellency, with those few remarks, I want to humbly request that I sit down so that we can continue the program. I know you have a very busy program, but I wanted to share our success story, not with me, but with the people who are behind the success story of this event. Wallahi shukran, Allah barik, inshallah. Thank you, sir.
His Excellency Mr. Ali Ammar Asharif Anahidi welcomed the participants and congratulated the Executive Director, ALLPI, and his team for the many success stories in the leather sector. The Honorable Minister, His Excellency Dr. Jafar Ahmed Abdallah, also welcomed the participants to Sudan. The guest of honor, His Excellency Alja Muhammad Ali, the Governor of the Red Sea State, welcomed participants to his Red Sea State and to Sudan.
I would like to welcome you, our distinguished guests from these countries around the world. I declare the official opening of this forum. Thank you very much.
His Excellency wished the participants to have a successful forum and assured the state is with ALLPI, Africa Leather and Leather Products Institute, for any assistance and facilitations of the event. The plenary session deliberated on matters arising from the 11th Forum, the 5th meeting of the SME Technical Committee, and on the overall performance for the year 2018. The chairperson of the Regional Leather Sector Core Team, Ms. Nalina Rumpani, recalled the 7 recommendations from the Lusaka Forum.
Mine is now to take you through, to refresh your memories of the 11th Regional Leather Core Team meeting, which was held in Livingstone, Zambia. So the recommendations that came about from the meeting were that ALLPI was to advise national governments to ban importation of second-hand shoes, encourage local investors to pool resources. We'll also support vocational technical colleges, business incubation centers, clusters, trade fairs and exhibitions. ALLPI to encourage intra-regional trade and contribute to the draft document on infant industry protection criteria, which is under discussion at the COMESA Secretariat. Also, to assist member states in harmonizing and developing policies. To assist the private sector to create a marketing strategy for both regional and international markets.
The Secretary of the SME's Technical Committee, Ms. Debo Mililo, gave brief highlights on the committee's achievements, which mainly focused on mobilization, clusters, capacity building, associations, government, and ALLPI support and networking.
A presentation that will be looking at an impact of what we want to do. We are transforming as an institution from a developmental-oriented organization to a knowledge-base-oriented organization. We cannot value add, never can we go to product development if we don't know what the rest of the world is doing. We are not an island. So as we start planning, we have to ask ourselves, who has done what? What are we supposed to do so that we can move with the rest of the world and become a champion? Then you have to construct your ideas, put them into action, and aim for the tangible. This is what now we are doing in ALLPI. One, the International Tanners Council, which is one of the topmost body in the world, has accepted ALLPI because they believe we can represent Africa on knowledgeability. So I can tell you one thing, there is respect, meaning our SMEs now can negotiate.
ALLPI 2018 Key Performances and Program Action. A total of 55 major accomplishments were presented for the year 2018. Products in display showed the practical levels of achievements attained in terms of productivity by the leather industries of the respective countries. Success stories, research findings, and country-specific challenges were presented by participating countries and colorful variety. Experts from the 10 countries show only a small angle of a very rich and informative demonstration of regional endeavor. Experiences were shared from Eritrea, from Ethiopia, from Kenya, from Malawi, from Rwanda, from Sudan, from Tanzania, from Uganda, from Zambia, and the last but not least, from Zimbabwe. On the basis of the presentations, panel discussions were made to highlight the missing gap and recommended the way forward. The sharing of experience from various countries allowed participants to share good practices and learn how to overcome challenges. The day was punctuated by entertainment programs, featuring pleasant cultural music and savory culinary indulgences.
The objective of this particular forum is to bring various players of the industry in one place so that we can discuss about the development of the leather sector in Africa. And the approach that we are using in African Leather and Leather Products Institute is an approach which we call triple helix, where we are bringing in the academia, we are bringing in the private sector, we are also bringing in member state representatives, where we discussed about decision making. We're also discussing about how we can transform the SME, the small and medium enterprises, so that we can develop them in Africa so that they can become productive and also they can become economically viable enterprises. And the self-belief that in Africa itself we can help each other. For instance, we have clusters in Africa, in some countries, that others can learn. Ethiopia is very good in clustering. We have Efficos. Then we have Bulawayo cluster now in Zimbabwe. We have the Kitwe cluster in Zambia. We have in Uganda a cluster that has just come up. Now we want to make sure that we replicate all these successes to other countries so that in totality, within the next 3 to 4 years, Africa will have one of the strongest cluster movement, which then will translate it into a powerhouse. This is our dream. This is our set target. We hope we'll be there.
Before this, each company and each country were just doing their own thing and there was no synergy about the industry. So I feel that ALLPI is playing a very important role in creating this synergy in the region. And we are hoping that this will lead to good development of the whole leather industry. The private sector input, plus there are government organizations and the academia, which we call the triple helix. The involvement of all these organizations and the communication that happens, I think is very relevant, because the decision making and the planning is involving all aspects.
We are all on the same curve. All the countries are now on the same strategic curve set out by ALLPI, which I think, if we're going to measure the effectiveness of an organization, this is Pan-Africa. There has been a value-added movement to add the value in Africa rather than and a movement away from exports of raw or semi-processed skins. We are seeing results on the ground, which has always been the problem with Africa, that you attend a seminar, you hear nice words, everybody clapping, and you come back next year and it's the same stuff. But I can sincerely say that in 6 years, what has been achieved, 6 years since I've been involved with ALLPI, what has been achieved is remarkable. It's not going as fast as we all hope, but the fact that the ball has continued to roll, and it's still rolling 6 years later, is directly attributable to ALLPI's involvement. So when we come to these forums, we are sharing, okay, we did this and the result was this from one country. The next country, if there has been a problem, will try and avoid the problems that were there. Even if it's not decided at the forum, when they go back, the delegates from the different government and academia and they are put on committees for, okay, this is our turn on the strategy, we need to implement this. Okay, but you remember Burundi had this problem, or you remember there was that problem. How can we avoid it? What can we do better? So we learn from each other's mistakes. I think these forums are exactly doing what they are meant to achieve, which is the sharing of experiences to make sure that we continue moving forward.
No, the consultative forum, I think, is held once a year. But to me personally, I think this is my third conference to attend, and I'm really grateful to ALLPI, because this is one point whereby you meet the continent's leather family, and not just entrepreneurs or manufacturers of leather goods, but it is one place where you'll meet the triple helix, as a professor would say. You'll meet the academia, You'll meet industry players, and you'll meet government officials. So all of us are meeting here, not only from one country, from various African countries. Yeah? So we are meeting, it's a melting pot of minds, like-minded people who are so passionate about growing leather industries in the continent, and therefore it's very enriching. And at the end of the day, of course, we go home more enriched than we came, having learned a lot and better empowered to go propel the industry forward.
If we, for instance, get an order from outside Africa, you know, we should be able to share such kind of information, and the member states can contribute to satisfying such kind of orders. And that can only happen if there is that kind of working relationship, that kind of linkage between the member states, which we foresee to be happening through the regional design studio. So these are some of the things that I feel can actually enhance our potential to even not only to look at the domestic markets, not only to look at the regional market, but even be able to even reach the global market, just like the way our friends are doing also on our continent. I also feel that it has also enhanced social ties amongst the participants, because you know, even after the event ends, we are able to continue to interact, because you know we have created that kind of relationship as a family. This is an annual event. The next one probably will be next year in December, but in between now and then, we are able to continue to engage each other, business-wise, as well as you know, socially. When I travel to Ethiopia, I'm able to reconnect, you know, with my colleagues whom we attended this forum together. So I feel that the forum has also created the, you know, that kind of social relationship, which is good, you know, for the development of any human being.
Africa is the next place for growth, and the people are really, I mean, people are noticing there's a lot of things to do, and we want to do it very quickly to be on the international stage. For the future, I recommend better exposure. The challenge we're having now as a company is we are limited in the people we can sell our finished leather to. So we need more outlets, more inter-border trade. Another thing is also training. In Africa, we need more training, better technology, and easily available of training institutions for value addition. This will limit mistakes, which cost time and money. And as a tanner, I have seen how much difference we have made in just 3 years, 4 years. So I'm also looking for the next 2-3 years, and I'm very sure it will all be good things to come in the leather sector. It is like a family when we meet. Everybody knows the other, and I can imagine the excitement of getting to know what is happening in other countries, sharing that idea, and we always feel we are learning from each other. In fact, after the meetings, when we go back to our countries, we are constantly in touch on phone, on email, and I tend to feel sometimes if I need something, I've got the contacts, I can just send an email or call somebody or send a message, and I will get the reply, and things move faster then. And I'm looking forward also to the next meeting forum, which also might have more people, and that is how you establish contacts, and this is the way forward, and we're very happy for this organization.
Academia produces research works. They produce knowledge, because we need knowledge. We are in the knowledge world. Then the academias will also advise government. They will also advise the SMEs. But ALLPI is also teaching people to understand entrepreneurship. The SMEs to understand the basics, to increase their knowledge of how to do business, the way we carry out your business.
I exchange the idea with them, asking information, also expanding the communication in my country, basing on the needs of the member that I represent. So this forum is good, and it contributes also to the socio-economic affairs.
Yes, the ongoing consultation forum is relevant, is excellent. I like the idea. This is my first time to attend the consultative forum, but it's really a very good forum. And the reason why I'm saying it's really a very good forum is because it's bridging gaps that are there in the industry. You see, we have got the government agencies in the forum, we have got the academias in the forum, we have got the SMEs in the forum, and any gap that have been there have been bridged by this forum.
Yes, I think this forum has been quite successful, and it has been very useful in terms of the information sharing that has occurred with the various stakeholders that are in attendance during this event. So when you mix the academia, you also have your public sector, your private sector. It's quite a good mix where we will see a cross-pollination of ideas, which will definitely lead to an improvement in the programs of the leather sector.
ALLPI acknowledged presentations from the global partners of the forum, both for inspiring participants towards innovative and competitive productivity, and also for their quick and positive response to the Institute's request for partnership. The input from Italy was keen about environmental responsibilities, energy management, health and safety and fair treatment to workers, excellence in footwear, leather goods, garments, automotive upholstery was showcased. Challenges in meeting strict quality assurance requirement in the global market, such as restricted substance list in manufacturing, zero discharge of hazardous chemicals, registration, evaluation, authorization, and restriction of chemical compliance was also revealed. From Turkey, Professor Bahari Basaran discussed the stage of the art and reorganization of beaming and ecological perspective. The focus was on the performance assessment of green practices in liming for quality enhancement. The third global experience shared to the forum participants was from Chennai, India. Dr. John Sander, Sustainable Clean Leather Process Technologies and Solid Waste Utilization Technologies. The presentation demonstrated that zero-pollution leather process can be achieved with the use of new technologies and methods on customary chemicals. Another source of expertise from UV Enterprise India was Mr. Viswanathan and his colleagues, Dr. Sarata Bapu and Professor Rao, which claim Oxytec reclamations to be a method that completely degrades all pollutants within 3 to 4 hours at low cost as a unique enzymatic tannery effluent treatment. During the 12th Consultative Forum, the level of university-industry linkage was demonstrated by a variety of ongoing and completed researches by the participating academia. This included the design of a leather sector-oriented curriculum, designed among several others, meant to enhance the development of the leather sector. The research by Dedan Kimathi University of Technology, Nyeri, Kenya, aims to propose technology adoption to make the traditional artisans, who are the present day's SMEs, to be globally competitive. From Zimbabwe, the National University of Science and Technology presented two interesting researches. One aims to use chrome tan leather waste, and another which aims to recover gelatin from de-chrome leather waste using plant extract. From Bahardar University, Ethiopia, a research aims to identify design-related challenges of Ethiopian footwear industry. And from Kamago University, Uganda, a research entitled Uganda's Perspective, Status and Implementation of the National Leather Value Chain Strategies, looked at the leather value chain status and identified the gaps that need to be bridged. A research scrutinized the needs and expectations of enterprises so as to develop a conceptual framework to facilitate the incubation of SMEs of the leather sector in Sudan. Review Strategic Plan of ALLPI, Africa Leather and Leather Products Institute, 2016 to 2025. The last task of the consultative forum was a look at the way forward. Ms. Birkanish Gonfa, Investment, Trade, and Marketing Expert at ALLPI, Africa Leather and Leather Products Institute, made presentation on preparations for the International Union of Leather Technologists and Chemist Society, IULTCS, Congress in 2021, that will be hosted by ALLPI in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, in collaboration with the government of Ethiopia. This is an international congress and is the first of its kind in Africa. Ms. Tigis Halagorgis, Administration Budget and Finance Head, showed a 2019 budget which was based on the Institute's 10-year strategic plan 2016 to 2025. She showed how ALLPI, Africa Leather and Leather Products Institute, budget has been progressively increasing since 2016, around $1.1 million, to 2019, around $1.6 million. Programs for 2019 include share best practices and generate networks, facilitate market-led service centers in the Camisa region, promote the regional leather value chain, generate and collect reliable information. Professor Makonnen Halamariam, Institutional Capacity Development and Consultancy Expert at ALLPI, Africa Leather and Leather Products Institute, presented the Review Strategic Plan of ALLPI, Africa Leather and Leather Products Institute, 2016 to 2025. The strategy review was conducted from November 15th to November 16th, 2018, at Kiriftu Resort, Bishoftu, Ethiopia. The way forward also included promoting innovative ideas towards design studio branding by Maverick Promotion, PLC, partnering with ALLPI, Africa Leather and Leather Products Institute. The partnership areas with ALLPI, Africa Leather and Leather Products Institute were indicated as positioning of the leather products by promotion of market linkages and investment profiles for prospective African investors with a particular perspective on COMESA member countries. Support to enterprise systems of design, modeling and branding through organization of design competition, fashion shows, and similar events. As a final to the forum, the future was selectively imagined by a cross-sectional focus group from all participants of the forum, namely Regional Leather Sector Core Team, Tanners and Technology Group, Regional SMEs Committee, Academia Platform, and Member States Focal Points representatives. The Secretariat for each group narrated what, in their view, was accomplished in 2018 and need to be planned for 2019. ALLPI, in its endeavor to transfer knowledge to its stakeholders, has distributed about 70 copies of the book titled Value Creation and Opportunity Management in Africa's Leather Sector, and is published by Professor Mnyakenye Mnyahija, the Executive Director of ALLPI, Africa Leather and Leather Products Institute. This has witnessed that ALLPI is a knowledge-based organization also engaged in knowledge creation and dissemination. There was a signing of the Memorandum of Understanding by Executive Director Professor Mnyakenye Mnyahija in West Kordofan, State of Sudan. The Executive Director delivered a warm closing speech with heartfelt thanks to all participants, to the host country, the global partners, and all other participants who made the forum a great success.
We have a few of you people who have done fantastic. But in each and every award that we're going to give you, I'll justify why that particular person is getting that particular award tonight. For his excellence. This is the man who has given us a really good support, and he's from the private sector, and he has done just wonders to make sure that we reach where we are. I'm privileged this evening, from the bottom of my heart, to call upon Clement Shoko. You deserve this, man. You deserve this. For her exemplary and meritocratic leadership for the leather sector development at national level, regional level, in support of ALLPI initiatives, Zambia, Namubebo. I know. For his most outstanding and promising private sector initiative leading to the small and medium enterprise development in leather and leather products development at national and regional level. Crispin Awas. Bwana asante. Karibu. To the unswerving support to ALLPI growth and service delivery. Couples it up with commitment, drives it with dedication for the development of the leather sector in country X and the region at large. Dr. Noor, thank you very much. We really appreciate it. To the continued participation and contribution of this particular person, in particular in the realms of research and development related to the leather sector, both at the national level in country X and the region in collaboration with Africa Leather and Leather Products Institute. Dr. Douglas Okarie Onyanta, you've really been helpful. Thank you very much. Thank you. Continued participation and contribution to research and development in the leather sector at both the national level in country X and regional collaboration with African Leather and Leather Products Institute, Professor Londwen Kwane. Thank Abdurrahman Akai, and thank you so much, thank you so much. On behalf of Red Sea Governor, a recognition to Skander Negasi, sumptuous dinner yesterday, Robert Loga. Thank you so much. University of Science and Technology of Sudan did not even waver when they knew it was ALLPI's occasion. They gave us full sponsorship. We want to give a present to SAST, and there's a special representative. I know. Professor, they want both of you to come. One is a special representative from the Chancellor's offices, and is the Dean. Thank you so much. It's really a pleasure having you. Thank you so much. We have one gentleman called Vishwanathan, kindly come. We want to say thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. But one of them, who was the top among all the staff in ALLPI, whose citation is in recognition of and appreciation for the outstanding commitment, exemplary service to ALLPI, is none other than Harrison Mungai. Congratulations, Bana.
Thank you.
Just show it to the guys.
Wow.
He's gonna get a shield. Look at that, guys.
Thank you.
Congratulations, brother.
Thank you.
He had unparalleled, dedicated service. He contributed to skills development in the region in collaboration with African leather and leather products, and it's none other than the smooth-talking, very humble, and a very shy artist, and a technician of very high repute, Moses. That's for him also. Moses, this is for you. If the customs guys ask you, just open it and tell them this is my award. And he also gets a certificate. So congratulations. And I'm happy because his boss is here, Dr. Noor. You can see the recognition we are giving. Thank you. A person also for unparalleled, dedicated service and collaboration to skills development in the region, in particular working with ALLPI. And it's none other than Ferrao Kebede. Ferrao, thank you so much. You are a great man. Thank you very much. For the few who are saying it is Sitwala, they got it right because it is Professor Sitwala. For two people who are leaving the board of ALLPI after giving us all the dedication, service, direction, and administration. Wondu, whom I wish to ask you, we applaud for him as hard as you can because he really guided us. You've always been with us. We do appreciate. And this lady is a Nonse Karusenge. And this is for you. You're most welcome. It's really been great. Thank you.
The executive director mentioned that Sudan has set a high bar for what is to be expected from the next consultative forum in Malawi in 2019.
Very good question. We are spreading this so that every country can see the type of peers we are developing. For instance, if we are in Ethiopia, we bring an Italian, we bring somebody from Eswatini, we are bringing other people from India. That combination of peer platform creates confidence that true, the leather sector is global. But if you just remain at the national state, people think this is just a national affair. And if you only remain in Africa, they think it's only a regional affair. But when you bring several players from the globe, then it means it's a global affair. And this self-belief is also helping us because now we are having technology from India, we are having technology from Turkey. In India, we are now bringing in technology that looks at issues about waste management. And India has the most practical, simple to adopt technology that Africa can go into very, very quickly and at a cost-effective manner. Turkey is helping us a lot in building technologies, especially in recycling and reuse, which is fundamental in sustainable development. So sustainability is something that we are making it as core in the development of the leather sector. And the self-belief that in Africa itself, we can help each other. For instance, we have clusters in Africa, in some countries, that others can learn. Ethiopia is very good in clustering. We have Epicos. Then we have Bulawayo cluster now in Zimbabwe. We have the Kitwe cluster in Zambia. We have in Uganda a cluster that has just come up. Now we want to make sure that we replicate all these successes to other countries so that in totality, within the next 3 to 4 years, Africa will have one of the strongest cluster movement, which then will translate it into a powerhouse. This is our dream. This is our set target. We hope we'll be there.
having this very long working day, Red Sea State has the honor to invite you to share its cultural heritage presented by Peace Band. The name of the band is Peace.
Hallelujah.